Hi guys, hi friends of AlbyBatty Tech Channel. So welcome to this new series in which I'm gonna play City Skylines in an engineer way. So I'm an engineer, and so this series is, don't laugh, is City Skyline played by an engineer. So with all the stuff that compete to an engineer, even some OCD or something like this. It's just a joke, but you have the idea. First of all, sorry for my English, but it's not my native speaking language. In fact, I'm not an English native speaker, so sorry if I miss some words or sometimes I'm not so precise with terms, but I try to do my best in this video. So this is my colossal city. At this time is a colossal city, and is a city with no modes. Start from Cliffside Bay. So if you just run the game with no modes, with no DLC, and you play Cliffside Bay, the Cliffside Bay map, you can reach this type of city, a colossal city, but there is even the link of this city on Steam, so you can download even from Steam. Another things that I like to do in this video is to analyze with you every single aspect of the city. In fact, I put a lot of attention in every single aspect, of course in the engineer aspect of the city. For example, this is my city at this time, so you can see that from these two roads, two highway, all the traffic and the people arrives in the city. The transportation system is very developed in this city. In fact, all the car, the trucks and so on, and even the tourists arrives from these two highway that are pre-existence. So there were previously from the time I started my game, and even this train line. From this step on, I just build everything myself. In fact, you can see that all the people just go with this highway and this kind of I don't remember the term, so just a second. This intersection, this is a three-way intersection, exactly. So with this freeway intersection, just go inside of my city. And now just a very quick view of all the zone of my city. This is the industrial zone. In fact, when you just built a city, you even pollute the terrain, so you generate pollution. In fact, the industrial zone and the other zone of the city remain very strictly separated. In fact, as you can see from this tab, if I open just the pollution scheme here on the map, you can see that all the pollution is in this area, that is the industrial one, and all the residential area, the high density in this zone. There are high density commercial area, high density residential areas, and even office. So all this zone, and even this, that is just the wharf residential zone of the city. In fact, it's called Wharf Hill. As you can see here, it has specific policies. So for example, high traffic ban, or just improvement for education, or just for example parks and recreational areas. So there are a lot of improvement in this Wharf Hill low density residential area, and even in this high density residential there is no pollution at all. In fact, you can see only 7% and 3% of pollution. And another important aspect is that all the hydric, as you can see, all the water, so all the water facilities and sewage facility have to be designed well, because you can't pump water for your aqueduct, for example, from pollution zone. So these are the zone where there are all my sewage treatment plant. In fact, just go here to remember just the correct name in English. Water treatment plant, in fact, are all in this zone, and you can't pump water with these items, so with water pumping station, from zones that are polluted by sewage from this water treatment plant. In fact, as you can see, all my water pump are in this area that is just at the opposite side, as downstream with the current. So exactly just downstream the zone I discharge my sewage from my water pumping plant. So this is what concerned to water in my city. As you can see, all the city is just covered with water pipes and water line. Even this harbor zone, this is an harbor and even a touristic, a commercial and even a touristic harbor. So this is another zone from which the tourist and even the raw materials can arrive and goes out the city. In fact, I have all these kind of yes, this is the correct tab. I have all my import and export, for example, that comes from train, from roads, so from trucks, and even from this harbor you can see here that is commercial, both commercial and touristic one, transportation for civil people, for example. This here you can see all my industrial area, how it can work even for what concerning imports of raw material, for example. Now we can turn back to traffic zone. That is very important, and traffic things is the one in which I concern a lot of my experience, and even the design of the city is concentrated on to try to reach a very average traffic flow, a very high average traffic flow. In fact, as you can see from this scheme, you can see all this road, even this circular highway ring, this highway ring here, or even all these streets that just connect highway with the city center. But if you just disable this tab, you don't see the roads because are all underground, so in tunnel or galleries, and this is for the fact that now I can just build in this area without any type of barriers, so without highways that I have to go over, for example, to go beyond, but even for acoustic pollution. In fact, if I go here, I can see that the acoustic pollution, there's no acoustic pollution in the area where I go down with tunnel, for example, down to the terrain. In fact, the very high pollution is in this area because I have the industrial zone, and even here because I have stadium, commercial center, and other things like that. This is another area where I have my treatment plants for just, if you go there, I have my incineration plants, and even the just crematorium and cemetery. So this is a even polluted zone, but is not, how can I say, is not together with a residential one, is not near to residential areas, it's just in this zone. So just go back to the traffic things. You can see that you arrive from this three-way intersection, if I just remember correct. Yes, this is a three-way intersection. So you can arrive from here, and I just do this, that is a, just a second, a cloverleaf intersection. In fact, this I have to connect to highway in a sort of continuous flow term. In fact, I just use this philosophy to build this city, so that the highway rings and the highway rings I'm gonna design in the future have to respect the continuous flow idea. So there will be a continuous flow in all the highway, just to improve the traffic flow. Yes, this is, I can say like this. So you can see this cloverleaf intersection, sorry again, and then just if you go in this direction, in fact the ring, the highway is this one you can see here, just that it's gonna go this side when I'm going to buy a new type of land. It's gonna go this side, and even in this other side, just to connect every tot kilometers or miles, if you are from England or USA, every tot miles you can just connect with directly with the city center. In fact, you can see from this traffic flow legend. Now, so this is the ring that even connects the harbor. The very important thing of the harbor that allow me to just have a high traffic flow even if there are a lot of industry and commercial area here, is that these are all two-lane one-way road. So this is all one-way road that so you have to go in this cycle. If you have to move, for example, from here to here, you have just to go under the mountain here and just go in this other direction. So this can take the traffic flow very the traffic flow very high. In fact, if I go this tab, this legend again, you can see under the mountain all my intersections, how they flow. These there are the how can I say, the harbor for citizens, for people, and here there are the commercial harbor. So you can see all this flow just that go perfectly one way and without without any type of problem. If I've done just a two-way roads, these would be not so flowing, flowing things. But turn back this this way. So now I just explain this this ring. Every intersection of this circle have an intersection type of a freeway intersection. As I said before, is just for to maintain an high flow, a continuous flow idea of traffic. So this is the meaning of all these kind of things, and even here the meaning is just to arrive directly from the highway to the city center. So just go directly under the terrain. This is just not definitely, so this is not definitely what the intersection I'm gonna realize here, but in this type of intersection, you see that from the intersection you go under with tunnels directly to the city center. So just go back in this area. Here you can see that after the cloverleaf intersection, I just realized this, that is a two-level roundabout. I just realized two-level roundabout because I see that here it's with just a single level roundabout there are a lot of traffic, and so with two-level roundabout all the cars and the truck that have to go from the outside, from other city directly to this city center can go just directly in a flow, in a constant flow, for example, while all the other traffic, the industrial traffic, is just under the level of the main, how can I say, of the main highway road. So this is just the meaning. Another normal one level roundabout that I substitute with another, I substitute with, in particular, with a turbo roundabout is that one. In fact, if you have to go from another city to the industrial zone, the only way is just to go into this cloverleaf intersection. Yes, cloverleaf intersection. Then to go this three levels intersection with three-way intersection, then go down straight to this roundabout. With the single roundabout I have a lot of traffic, but with this turbo roundabout I just speed up a little bit the traffic in this area. In fact, you can see that the traffic just flow, even if you see in red, but the traffic now with this turbo roundabout flow. You can find this on the Steam Workshop. In fact, there are no mods in this game, but only items and assets taken from the Steam Workshop, just free, just available from other users of the game, from other gamers. You can just download from the Steam Workshop with no problem at all. So now for the how can I say, for the traffic, the car, truck and buses traffic is just all you can see here, and now we can go to the public transport. In fact, I made a lot of effort even in the public transport system. So just go in the public transport tab, and you can see that I just develop very developed, sorry for these two words together, a very developed system of train, intercity and inside city trains. In fact, the train arrived from these train lines that is outside my city boundaries. Yes, boundaries is the correct word. Here there are, how can I say, a cargo train terminal. Yes, in fact, now I have all the names even in English. Here there are cargo train terminals, and here the first train station for the city line. In fact, if you open this tab of the city line tab, you can see the city train line have 9 stops, 5 trains, and 967 passenger per week. Yes, passenger per week, 52 tourists and 915 residents, for example. So then I go to the bus service, but now just stay in this public transport train service. So these in blue are just the internal line of the city. It's a sort of underground. In fact, I don't develop the underground because I have a very strong developed inside city trains. Yes, so I don't need the underground for that moment. Maybe when the city grow, I'm gonna need even an underground. So just I just remember you comment below if you have any question. If you just even to told me your English is so bad or your city is not good at all, just comment below, not a problem. I try to answer every person just that ask me something. Now you can see that even all the train is underground and in tunnel. This is very important. In fact, here I have area in which I can build everything I want without intersect with my train. In fact, if I just disable this tab, you don't see the train at all. Just go under terrain here and just go back and at the terrain level just here for the station, and just go down another time, sorry, in this section. So it's just a sort of suburban train, a sort of underground train. Just now just active again the tab just to see the train line. Yes, in fact this is the train line. I assume I'm recording right now, because if I'm not recording this is gonna be very bad. Okay, so this is just the train line. You can see here this is the station for the how can I say, the commercial, not the commercial, like the financial, yes, the financial district of my city. That is this one, the financial district. In fact, I have a lot of office, high density commercial zone, and even high density residential zone. So this is just the train stop for my financial district, and this in red is the bus line. In fact, you can see that the bus line, that is the circular line. This is going to be a circular financial district line in particular, and that just move the people all around this financial district. In particular, if I disable this tab, you can see that in the financial district I even have these two unique buildings here that are very important. In fact, I have the transport tower and even this other tower, high interest tower, that for touristic is very, very interesting. In fact, if I go here, no, just a second, if I go to see the tourism, I don't remember where it is. Tourism, yes, this is you can see the building that the tourists visit most. But now turn back to the public transportations, in particular to the city transportation line. So this is the second station of my lines, and these are the third station that connect the first part of this Wharf Hill district. In fact, you can see from here that this is all the Wharf Hill district with particular policies. For example, you can see here recycling, parks and recreation, educational boost, and of course a tax raise, because it's all low density with a lot of facilities, leisure, a lot of trees, and so there are an increase of course, an increase of how can I say, of taxes, yes, of course, of taxes, and even a high-tech housing boost and a heavy traffic ban in this site. Yes, of course, I just think it was recording again. It's the first time I try to record the running game on this platform. So just turn back to my public transportation system. Yes, of course, here you can see that even all these train lines are underground, so under terrain. In fact, if I disable, you don't see at all nothing. And a particular thing is that I have to do this kind of turn, of bend, because of the slope. In fact, the slope is it was too steep just to go from this side to this side, so I have to just to turn on the right to bend and to turn back again to this station. Then the train just go out from this station, just continue on the city, on the not intercity, sorry, on the in-city suburban line, just under terrain. Just go under this road. This is a road for incineration plants, cemetery, crematorium, and so on. And this is just a road that connect the three-way intersection with highway to this area of my Wharf Hill zone, for example. Just go under the terrain to this. That is another station. I just disabled just to show you. This is just the center of this first part of my Wharf Hill district. In fact, I have a lot of plaza. I have all the schools, the police station, the fire department. I have even cinema. I have here, for example, big department store. I have a hypermarket. I have even the stadium. I have a lot of plaza. A lot of things. You can see that the car just go straight to this center, just from underground terrain, from this gallery just straight to the city center. In fact, this is another very important station. You can see a lot of people just waiting for the train, very high amount of people waiting for the suburban train line. Then these lines go on again. In fact, you can see exactly. You can see in just in these two colors the other bus line, one for each area of the Wharf Hill district. For example, I have a Wharf Hill line number 1, number 2, number 3, and here you can see the stops, the vehicles, and the passenger for each line, the weekly passenger for each line, even the tourist, for example, that takes buses just to move around the city. So now the train just go down again, just to go up in these other semi-districts. There are schools and police district and fire department even here. Then go underground again and just go here. That is the second center of my Wharf Hill district, for example. In fact, if I disable this tab, this public transport tab, you can see even here that I have a lot of path for people to move around the city even without cars. You can see, in fact, around a lot of people just go from university to the plaza to the here you can see to the elementary school, to the secondary level school, to these these tennis courts, to all these basketball court. So this is just the center. You can see even here a lot of people just moving around this path. And here I have even this that is another unique building, is a science center building in particular. I have even this that is the opera house. In fact, this is the opera house. I have hospitals. I have all the things I need just in a big city like this. This is the section in which I will go on with my city train line and just connect my city train line to the harbor, and with a citizen station and even another commercial station, so that just the raw materials can move from this commercial harbor. In fact, this cargo harbor just can connect directly to the cargo train station. So that is a direct connection of raw material going inside and outside my city. This is just the three-way intersection, just the section that has at the ground level. The other are just all underground. You can see, in fact, from here that the other are all underground. In this area, I even will go to just construct low density, just build low density residential area. In fact, I have the street, the very traffic street that go underground the city, and so there is no pollution, even not noise pollution. So it's a good thing just to build here a sort of a second Wharf Hill, Wharf C residential district. So I hope that it's going to record again. So here you can see just all the division of my city. Another things I have to say to you, just a second. Okay, this is a colossal city. I use no modes. Okay, so a little other two things that I want to say to you is that all the treatment plants for garbage, for example, these that are incineration plants, are just concentrated in this area, this high pollution area, together with all my solar power plant and even our power plant with gasoline, I think, or just gas power plant. In fact, I just have all these power plants and even garbage treatment incineration plant concentrated here, and even in this other area I just showed you before, that is this area here, just not near to the Wharf Hill district residential zone. So I just show you even that is my water system. So with all the pumping station and even these that are just remember again the name, the water treatment plant. So I just show you how I place and the correct way to place this water treatment plant and the water pumping station. So just these have to be placed downstream the current, and the water pumping station have to be placed upstream the current. So just because in the other way, all these water treatment plants are gonna pollute the water you are going to pump into your water system. So, for example, if you place here or here your pumping station, your citizens are gonna die because the water is pumped just polluted. So you don't have only a 2% of average drinking water pollution, but a percent more high. But I have all my water pumping station here, so I have no problem at all. So I just show you the main characteristic of my city. You can download this city from the Steam Workshop. I just told to you that you can download. There's no problem to downloading. I'm gonna go on and on to develop this city, and in particular I'm gonna develop this city and to release video if I have time. I don't have more time in this period, but if I have time, I'm gonna develop the city and just public a video and even assets and save game on Steam Workshop with all the things I'm gonna do in this city. So I just say you the last thing, that is, if you like the video, just subscribe to the channel, leave a like, share with your friends, feel free to comment below, and so just goodbye from AlbyBatty Tech Channel. See you on the next video.